Today on Curious Joe, I'm going to take my latest build and update it with the latest version of Betaflight. Okay, so from my last video, I actually mentioned that we're going to try and do Betaflight, but because this flight controller is actually only 8 kHz Betaflight, there's actually no flight controller. There's actually no point trying to put in Betaflight to get use of those new filters. So we're just going to continue using the newest version of Betaflight. So once you connect your drone up to your computer, click on that connect button, and that'll get you in. Now the first thing I'm actually going to do is take a copy of all my settings. So the way I do that is go to CLI and then type in DUMP and then space all. Okay, now it's very important to do all because that'll actually get all your settings rather than part settings if you just do dump. So scroll it all the way up to resources and do Control C. And then once you do that, you can go to Notepad, start a new Notepad, and Control V. So that'll just put it all into the Notepad, ready for you to use on the next part. So once you've done that, you want to take note of your version, because you actually want to see what your target is. So it's Betaflight, and my target is an Omnibus F4. Yours will probably be something different, but this will let you know, and I'll show you where you can find that in the next section. So once we've done that and we've saved all our settings, we hit no, we're actually going back down here. So what you want to do now is put this into a what's called DFU mode. It used to be DFU like that, but they've actually changed it, so it's actually BL now. So BL, and it should immediately disconnect. And once you've done that, you'll get this DFU up here. If yours doesn't do it, that means you don't have the right drivers installed. So this ZA dig is what you'll need to use. So you click there, follow the prompts, and basically install those drivers, and that should work for you. The other option you've got as well is to disconnect your flight controller from the USB cable, then hold down the boot button and then plug in your cable again, and that should also put it into DFU mode. It's a bit easier just doing it through the CLI. Okay, so once that's done, we can go to the firmware flasher on the left here. Mine's already connected to Omnibus F4, so this is where you would choose your target. And I want to use the latest one, which is 3.3. Okay, so once we've done that, we can load, and what that's going to do is download the latest firmware from the repository. And then once that's all done, it'll give you what's new, and then you can go ahead and flash the firmware. So this will take a minute, so I'll come back to you after this is done. Okay, so once that's done, you'll see programming successful, and your DFU will go back to what your COM port was. So now you can connect. So mine will always not connect on the first shot, and I'll just disconnect and connect again, and that'll get it to where I need it to be. So then what we want to do now is put all those settings back. So simply just click on the CLI and then click on your notepad. So then what you want to do is control all that and paste all the way up. Control C, Control V, and enter. So some people have suggested that a better way of doing this is by doing it in sections, because Betaflight sometimes misses it. I've never had that problem myself, but feel free to do which way you want to do it. Okay, so right at the end there, you would have saw that it would have said save and saving. So that's, and now because it's done that, it's restarted. So we click on connect. Okay, so if this is successful, everything should be transferred over. So yep, that has my custom PIDs and my custom PID controller settings. Ports are set correctly. All my modes are set correctly, and my OSD is all there as well. So yep, so that's it. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to my channel. In my next video, I'm going to take this quadcopter out and give it its maiden flight and hopefully get some good HD footage of what it looks like in the Armattan Rooster. If you haven't already watched it, click on this link to go back to my build video. And until next time, take care and see you later.